Alright, I figure I just want to make a little quick video for, for some people. Sorry that it's kind of dark. But, I know a lot of people, like I said, have been dealing with a little bit of hate, or have been dealing with, this guy. His name is Bubba, or whatever. Bubba, and, I know he's been really harassing, not just Jeffrey Strogan, Michael Lambert, my two of my friends. He's been pretty much everybody, you know. Um, but I will say, I mean, just block them, and again, you can block and report as much as you love. Okay, I mean that is one thing. You can block and report somebody as much as your heart desires. But at the end of the day, that does nothing because they just keep coming back. Um, you know, because they can just create as many accounts as they want because they got nothing better to do. They're miserable people. We all see the kind of world we live in. We live in a hateful world where people just got so much darkness, you know. But for me, and I will always say this, people can hate as much as they want because I always say, hey, keep on hating, man. You're not destroying, you're not hurting my life, man. At the end of the day, it's like fuel. Hate's like fuel. It just keeps me going to keep doing more because at the end of the day, I don't bother a soul, and I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because you don't like it, and you have the option to not watch. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you either like something or I'm sorry that, hey, you're that miserable and, you just can't move on and do something better with your life. That's not my. And so to me, it's like that's how you have to handle the hate. You know what I mean? You just honestly, at the end of the day, instead of letting it really bother you that badly, is just look at it as it's fuel, man. The more hate, it just draws more attention to you. Because, you know what I mean? And then anyway, and anybody with good common sense and good respect can see you're not harmful. You're not hurting anybody. You're just doing your own thing. You're just posting your own kind of content, whatever. But this guy, I mean, yeah, he does need to be stopped. Because it's ridiculous that honestly he's going around just harassing people for the fun of it, spreading nasty lies, rumors, when it's like, dude, seriously, find something better, man. Find yourself a better job or go get a real job, And like I said, you can block and report as much as you want, but again, man, that only does so much because like I said, they can keep creating accounts. That's why, like, even for me, I've learned that, whether it's, on YouTube or anywhere, it don't matter how much you block, they'll just create another account and just come right back. But still, it's just ridiculous, though. It's like, dude, I don't give a shit, okay, or I don't care if you don't like me, but at the end of the day, I'm not bothering you, so you can't go mind your own damn business. Like, you got nothing better to do with your life than to harass somebody nonstop. You know what I mean? It's like, seriously, is your life seriously that sad? Is your life seriously that bad that you can't seriously, like, just go find something better to do? It's like, dude, I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you don't like my videos, content, whatever. That's fine. I never expect anybody. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm still not bothering you. But but still, you got nothing better to do but to constantly harass me, And again, it's like, dude, I don't care, okay? At the end of the day, like I said, hate is like fuel, man. It just keeps me going and just keeps you wanting to do more. You know what I mean? The more people hate, and like I said, it draws attention. So, but I know this guy needs to, like I said, he's been nonstop with, Michael Lambert, of course, and Jeffrey, and many more. Just spreading lies. Like I said, just reposting either stuff that they do and putting something disturbing and disgusting. Like, he's been laughing at people that are in the hospital that are badly injured or sick. Like, this guy is just honestly, like, again, he just like a lot of people in this country belong in a mental asylum that you need serious help because, there's something up in here that is just not quite right. And instead of taking care of it, you just keep ignoring it. But anyway, like I said, you just can't let hate bother you because, like I said, that's social media. It don't matter what social platform you're on. It doesn't matter. It's just it's the way it is. Like I said, anymore, we just live in that kind of world where it is, man. It's nothing but hate. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, but to me, like I said, hate is like fuel, man. The more people that just keep, it's like, dude, all you're doing is just making me want to keep doing what I'm doing more. Like, you hate my videos so much, it's like, no, dude, I'm just going to keep making them because it keep, and again, I'm saying that out of, but you know what I mean. But for, like I said, you can't let the hate bother you. You can't let these kind of people get to you. Like I said, at the end of the day, you just let them keep hating. And you just keep doing what you're doing. Because, again, they, at the end of the day, they just honestly got nothing better to do. You know what I mean? You just let the haters keep hating. Let them, it's like, dude, that's fine, man. Yeah, I don't care, man. Yeah, I see you in the comments calling me this, calling me that, saying that. It's like, yeah, dude, and it's like, yeah, whatever, dude. Whatever, yeah. Because, I mean, to me, it's just not worth getting upset and mad because it's like at the end of the day, that's what they want. Okay? They want you to get mad, angry, and, but it's like, number two, it's not, man. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth the stress, the anger, because it's just better just let them hate, or you know what? Keep being mad, keep being mad, because at the end of the day, like I said, man, I don't bother nobody. I don't bother a soul, and if you don't like my content, hey, again, man, you have the freedom to go find somebody else, but you can't. So. But, again, I just wanted to get on and say, I mean, like I said, I know it's annoying to deal with. I mean, because like I said, you can block and report as much as your heart desires. But these people, it doesn't matter because they just will keep coming back. You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter how much you block them, how much you report them. It don't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a lost cause because they'll just keep creating as many accounts as they want. And all that does is just, it really shows how big of a problem they truly have. Because it's like, dude, no matter how much I block you, because I want nothing to do with you, you keep creating accounts and keep coming back. But you're over there saying that I have a problem. I think you better go look in the mirror. But anyway, again, like I said, people, at the end of the day, you just gotta let people hate. Let them be mad. At the end of the day, why stress out over it? Why let it bother you? That, like I said, it's just the kind of world we live in anymore. That, that's why it makes it hard to be on social medias anymore nowadays. It makes it tough to be on social medias because of it. Because there's just so much hate, But anyway, guys, take it easy. Like I said, hang in there,